Hi everybody, I'm Crystal Haynes from Boston 25 News, and it is my extreme pleasure to welcome you to Tropical State of Mind 2021, a virtual fundraiser for Tutoring Plus. I've gotten in the spirit, I hope you are too. Tutoring Plus is a local nonprofit that provides free tutoring and mentoring programs for Cambridge students in grades 4 through 12. Programs like Tutoring Plus are critical right now to ensuring that students feel supported and connected academically during this challenging year of virtual learning. We are also pleased to recognize the Broad Institute with this year's Community Champion Award for all their work to ensure that COVID-19 testing has been accessible and our community stays safe and healthy. Thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for supporting Tutoring Plus. Let's get on with the show.
Thank you, Crystal, for that wonderful introduction to kick things off. My name is Catherine Fenneman, and I'm the Executive Director at Tutoring Plus. On behalf of our staff and Board of Directors, thank you for joining us at Tropical State of Mind, this year's virtual event. As with every year, we have so many people to thank for making today possible. A full listing of our event sponsors can be found on our website, and we would also like to take a moment to recognize our major sponsors. Many thanks to Google, MIT, Faye and David Hannon, Jackson Lewis, and Sienna Construction. Your support means so much every year, and perhaps even more now during this challenging year for our community. Our last tropical party was on March 5th, 2020 at the Broad Institute. COVID-19 had just shown up on the East Coast, and I remember being a little amused when I saw a few people elbow bumping at the event rather than shaking hands. I clearly had no idea. A little over a week later, schools went fully remote, and the incredible gravity of the situation really started to sink in. We moved to pivot our programs as quickly as possible and got our one-to-one tutoring sessions online within a matter of weeks. Our group sessions followed a few weeks later, designed to keep our students connected and engaged with each other throughout the rest of the school year and throughout the summer. We also checked in with our families, and we helped out where we could. We loaned out Chromebooks and headphones, delivered supplies and books, and also connected families with resources in the community for food, rental assistance, and more. In fall of 2020, our staff worked hard to be able to move our entire program model to a virtual format. Students within our programs continue to receive social-emotional learning curriculum, as well as one-to-one tutoring and mentoring. To date this year, we serve over 140 students every week. This has been a challenging year for our staff and for our organization. But we have been inspired every day by our young people who keep showing up and who keep trying their best. We've been inspired by our families who, even though they're facing so many different stressors, continue to care so deeply about their children and about their education. And we continue to be inspired by our supporters and donors like you, who have stepped up in this challenging moment. But we need to be clear. Issues of educational equity, socioeconomic disparity, and racial injustice were present in our community long before COVID-19. The pandemic has simply cracked open a broken system, forcing us to look at how imperfect, flawed, and unjust things really are. Our tropical party is inherently an event about optimism and hope. In those slushy cold end days of winter, the tropical party gives us a reason to think about brighter, warmer days ahead. This year, as we struggle through a pandemic that has upended our community, we continue to be driven forward by hope. We're driven forward by the hope that the pandemic forces us to take a hard look at ourselves. We're driven forward by the hope that we take this opportunity to not put a Band-Aid on things, but to tear down a broken system and to build it back better. And we're driven forward by the hope that we can build a community where every young person has the support and opportunity that they deserve. Thank you for standing with us in that hope, and thank you for supporting Tutoring Plus. We look forward to building that community together with you. As part of this year's virtual event, we asked supporters to send in videos about what Tutoring Plus means to them. And to start things off, we have a video from the Mayor of Cambridge, Sumbul Siddiqui.
Hi everyone, I'm Mayor Sumbul Siddiqui, and I'm proud to support Tutoring Plus. As Mayor of Cambridge and the Chair of the Cambridge School Committee, I see firsthand how Tutoring Plus is an incredible asset to our city and for our young scholars. Tutoring Plus has been essential to so many families during the COVID-19 pandemic by providing support, connection, and tutoring to our students participating in remote learning. I'm so grateful to Tutoring Plus and their team for showing up for Cambridge's young people every day and giving students the critical support they need to succeed in school. So thank you so much for being a partner in educational equity in Cambridge.
Over 50 years ago, a group of moms from the Port neighborhood, probably sitting around somebody's kitchen table, wanted academic and tutoring support for their children, and Tutoring Plus was born.
I used to go to Tutoring Plus when I was in 4th, 5th, and a little bit of 6th grade. And the people there who works there, they treat you like family. No matter wherever you go, if you part ways and you come back to visit, they go and see you as family. Tutoring Plus is a wonderful place to be.
My history with Tutoring Plus goes back to the 1970s when I received my first tutor. John and I lost touch around the time I was in college, but I reconnected with him around my college graduation, invited him, he showed up. And at our reception, he asked me, "What made you major in sociology?" And I reminded him that that was his major. I'm really appreciative of the support that John Westwater gave my brother and I, and really appreciative of Tutoring Plus for all the work that they do.
I had a great experience with Tutoring Plus. I was a former student of Ken Fields, and I remember he would come to the Cambridge Public Library once or twice a week to tutor me free of charge. And in those days, my family was in a great economic struggle, and for him to do that was extremely helpful.
This organization changed my life. I started off as a young person in the greater Boston area. I was new, I was fresh out of college, and I was welcomed with open arms by an incredible community of young people, of youth workers, of community partners, and the whole Cambridge community. It's pretty clear to me that Tutoring Plus has always been about more than just the tutoring. We're really trying to build and transform folks into their best selves, and I am a proud beneficiary of this too.
But while the pandemic has changed the world, it has not diminished the resolve and dedication of organizations such as Tutoring Plus. All of us here at East Cambridge Savings Bank are honored to support the mission of Tutoring Plus as you work to help the many Cambridge students who benefit from one-on-one tutoring, and at a time when our young people need the community's support more than ever.
Now that COVID is with us, we know that we will need Tutoring Plus walking with us to ensure that we are closing academic achievement gaps as a result of the worst public health crises of our time.
I am an immigrant to the United States that moved here for college, and for this reason I feel very strongly about Tutoring Plus's mission to advance educational equity. I'm looking forward to the year ahead and the continued success of Tutoring Plus.
Thank you, Tutoring Plus, and on this celebration of 56 years of service to the hundreds and probably thousands of children who've gone through Tutoring Plus, we salute you.
It's so inspiring to hear from so many different voices about what Tutoring Plus means to them. In the entire video series, one of the recurring themes is around community and caring. Each year at our event, we recognize an individual or an organization whose work supports our shared community. This year, we're presenting the Community Champion Award to the Broad Institute in recognition of all their work to keep our community safe and healthy. To accept the Community Champion Award and to share more about the Broad's work, here is Niall Lennon.
In March of 2020, we diverted the capacity of our clinical lab at Kendall Square in Cambridge to testing for COVID-19. We felt there was a large need in the community for increased testing capacity, and over the last several months, we have built one of the largest testing capacities in the New England area. We now test routinely for many community centers, hospitals, nursing homes and assisted living facilities, and schools and universities in the region. The Broad is a community. Though many of us are working from home, our community home is in Kendall Square in Cambridge. And the community that works at the Broad is made up of people who are driven by the mission of improving human health. Our role in COVID testing is just furthering that mission to support the community, the region, and the country in this critical time. I am very pleased to receive the Community Champion Award on behalf of the Broad Institute, and want to thank Tutoring Plus of Cambridge for all that you are doing in our community. Thank you very much.
And thanks once again to the Broad Institute for all you do. And as we close up, I want to thank you all very much for being such an important part of the work we do to bring our free tutoring and support services to area youth and their families. Your help is so very appreciated. We want to thank all those who spoke about Tutoring Plus in the short videos we posted over the past month leading up to this event. I'd encourage you to look at them. They're so very thoughtful and moving. You can find them on the Tutoring Plus YouTube channel or on our Facebook page. And I want to give special recognition to our amazing volunteer tutors, to our awesome staff, and to our incredible Executive Director, Catherine Fenneman. We are very lucky to have you all as part of our family. Our budget is modest, but it takes a lot of work to raise the money to pay our expenses each year. We appreciate your generosity. Please go now to the donation link on the screen if you can help us with any amount, large or small. And visit our website, tutoringplus.org, at any time for information about our services, to volunteer, or to donate to Tutoring Plus. Have a great evening, and thank you once again.